Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced live stream. This is day 3 of Untitled Bunny Game. And yeah, I'm Daryl at Darzoo on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joe at JWander on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum.
Awesome. So just to recap some of what we did last time. So we got these awesome animations. The bunny can hop into the snow, in which case it's in sneaking mode. It can hop out of the snow and look around, in which case it can, theoretically interact with the world, but it can't do that yet. And we have these amazing farmers that Vivian and Joey created. So you see the farmer there, and they have some AI behavior where they act autonomously. They sort of wander around. These fence markers are debug markers for tracking the home of these guys. We also have this animation for throwing snowballs, although we haven't connected it all up yet. But if I hit A, then the farmer gets a snowball face and stuns them for a little bit. So eventually we're going to be able to throw snowballs at them. The point of the game is we're sneaking around and we want to steal carrots because we're a bunny. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is we need to fix a bug. So right at the beginning of the game, when I reset, we go through a little unsneak animation, and then I noticed that it's been spawning chunks right on top of the character, which is not supposed to happen. They're supposed to spawn off screen. And so sometimes you can get into a bad place where a farmer will spawn right on you. Let's see if that happens. There we go. That's not how we want the game to go. So this is a regression, which means it's a bug that we introduced while fixing something else or building other features, because it used to be that this worked. I suspect it has something to do with the parameterized chunk width. Oh, this uses the chunk width variable. Okay, I think I found it. I think this needs to be after we set the chunk width variable. All right, let's see if that fixed it. Okay, all good. Crisis averted. So what happened here is we have this function that takes a X position and it turns it into a chunk index. So our world is divided up into chunks, and that's how we procedurally generate things. And I was having to reference how big those chunks are in many places, so we extracted that into a variable, and this function uses that variable. However, if we were setting the chunk width to after we initially set the farthest left and farthest right, then that was setting farthest left and farthest right to 0, I think, based on how that math worked out. Anyway, so that's fixed. All right, let's see. So I've got a bunch of notes that aren't very meaningful right now. Let's remove some of those. Okay, so I also have multiple to-do lists. My, kind of a little messy in my work style, but that's okay. All right, so I think
staying home is for the farmer? This is
yes.
to make him go back home? Okay.
Yeah, and this is implemented, and the way we implemented it was when they're away from home, like beyond their little fence markers, then when they're next switching modes or updating, so update enemy is the one that decides which mode to go to, and this first if statement is the one to check to see if they are home or not, or like out of home. And if they're out of home, then we force them to wander back home or turn towards home, which is kind of fun. It's nice to be able to have the state machine do that. Okay, so I think what we should do is connect up the snowball throwing. So we have the nice animation for it. So when I hit A, we play the animation on the farmer. But this isn't connected to anything the bunny is actually doing right now. So I think, let's see, what we could have happen is that the bunny could either be able to throw snow from anywhere, or maybe only throw snow when on a snowdrift. What do you guys think?
Before we had said only on a snowdrift, but it might be a lot more valuable to have it from anywhere, just because you can't ever guarantee that there will be a snowdrift nearby. I mean, we could, but we don't
Yeah.
guarantee that there's a snowdrift near farmers.
It's true. Although in that case, you might need to just rely on your sneaking skills. Whoa, farmers. To get the carrots and stuff.
Maybe snowdrifts refill snowballs, so you have a limited one and you can consume a snowdrift to store one for later.
Yeah, yeah. So we could do that. I like that idea. I'm just thinking through what's going to make good gameplay. Well, actually, so maybe what I'll do is just implement throwing snowballs, and then we'll figure out how we manage the resource of snowballs so that it's balanced. So we'll get the mechanic first, and then we'll worry about balance. Okay, so I think we need to decide: can we throw snowballs only when above ground, or can we throw it below and above? And if we can throw right, which one? So I think being able to throw below ground makes sense because otherwise, like if you're surrounded by farmers, like how do you make progress? And I think the way you make progress is by throwing snowballs.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're just sort of trapped potentially.
Yeah. When I drew the farmer getting hit by a snowball, I kind of had the perception of the snowball coming in and like right at the pitchfork. So if we could make it so it is kind of at that level, that would be helpful.
Right.
So it's kind of like the snowball appears where it would if you first contacted it with a pitchfork.
I see. Yeah. So that's kind of from underneath ish. Okay, I like that. So let's have snowballs be thrown from down below. That also makes sense because if we're only using the A button as our action button, then when we're sneaking, A is throw snowball, and when we're standing, A is pick up carrot. I think that makes sense. Okay, let's get snowball throwing when we're in the snow. Okay, so on A button pressed, right now we do this thing, which is we throw a snowball at all enemies, which isn't quite what we want to do. But some of this code we want. So I'm going to extract some of this. So we're going to have hit with snowball, and this is going to take in the enemy. And then we can take all this nice code that we wrote and plop it in there. And then we can call that, where's hit with enemy? Hit with snowball. Okay. And instead of value everywhere, we need to pass enemy. Yes. So we have these frames that we might flip. Okay. I do think one of the things we'll need to do with hit with snowball eventually is turn the enemy towards the player because we only have the animation hitting from one side.
Yeah.
But that's totally reasonable.
We could also make it so it just doesn't do anything. It just like dissolves the snowball if it hits them in the back because it doesn't hit their face. Like it has to actually contact their face for it to take up the whole face.
What we could do is if you hit them with a snowball from behind, it causes them to turn around. And then if you throw another one, then it hits them in the face.
Oh, I like that. That'd just be satisfying with nothing else.
Yeah, that sounds fun. All right. So on a when pressed, we're going to throw a snowball. So a snowball could be a projectile leaving the bunny. And the projectile could just, we could sort of make it, more or less always hit. Oh, actually, if we just throw at a certain velocity every time, then we can make it so that in general, when it hits, it lines up nicely with the animation. Okay, I think that's nice. So let's do this. Let's, on a button pressed, let's create a projectile. from our bunny. So we are going to call this snowball. And this is going to come from the bunny. Oh.
A good thing about the name Snowball is that it's also a good name for a bunny.
Yes, that's true. And I'm going to, I'm going to make a new variable. So I'm going to not set the X component for the moment. Let's just draw some sort of snowball. And, bits of white in there so that we can tell it from the background or bits of blue in there. Hopefully that's not shards of ice.
I mean, there's blue in the snowball I drew too. It makes the eyes.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay, so we got the snowball. We're going to launch it from the bunny. So that's launching it down right now. So we need to launch it up, probably pretty fast. Well, we'll see. Oops. Negative 50. And we need to set the velocity based on the turning direction of the bunny. So if we're looking to the right, then we set a positive velocity, otherwise the opposite. Okay, Vx to be 50, otherwise negative 50. Let's see how this looks. And we'll only do this if we're sneaking. So on A button pressed, I really like my functions, so I'm going to make another one, which is throw snowball. And that's going to be inside of here. And in here, we're going to say if sneaking, where's our sneaking? If sneaking, then we want to throw a snowball. So, in the future, we can have something else like pick up carrot on the else there. Okay, let's see how this works. So hit A, nothing happens. Sneak, and now hit A. Oh, that's so funny. I'm setting the velocity on the bunny. I like game programming because sometimes you get those just kind of interesting bugs that are kind of fun. All right, we're sneaking. Okay, so we're throwing, that's a very big snowball. I'm going to make it much smaller and very slow, and I think we need a better angle. Okay, let's fix all this up. Oh boy.
How do we...
Zooming out, zooming in, good way to find your home. So let's make this negative 100 and make this 150 and negative 150. Okay,
maybe
let's make this snowball smaller. So I actually kind of want to look at this and grab this first frame. This is a decent snowball, so let's take it. And it will match perfectly with the animation, theoretically, if we use it. Perfect. It is small. So this is, how big? This is like 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So let's do 6 by 6. And okay. So now let's see how this works. Hide, throw snowball. Choo, choo. So it's appearing a little bit. I kind of want it to appear down low, so I'm gonna work with that a little bit. And I think I want it to slope. Well, actually, let's fix that part first. So I'm going to set the snowballs Y to be the bunny's bottom, I think.
Sounds right.
Bunny bottom. Okay. And let's see how this works. Down. Yeah, that's basically. We could
maybe
set the snowball top to be there.
That seems fine too. Should probably set the Z index for the snowball so that it shows up behind the bunny, or maybe set the Z index for the bunny so it shows up in front of everything else.
Sure, let's do that. Yeah, let's set the bunny to be on top. I think that's a better way. That's a nice rule in general because we're going to be spawning chunks, and I think in general we want the bunny to be on top of things. Okay, so Z index, if you don't know already, is this nice property that helps you control how things are stacked. If you think of everything as like little sheets of like construction paper, a collage of things, which ones appear on top of other things. And let's a higher Z depth is closer to us.
Yeah. See, and I've seen the question before about Z index, like, is there any limits to it? There's not. It's just a number. We just compare the numbers. So you can have a Z index of -1,000,000 if you want. The HUD has a Z index of 100 and the info stuff, and the tile map has a Z index of -1 if that helps.
Yeah, nice. There's a lot of nice built-in stuff, and it's also cool to know that like the HUD and stuff isn't totally magical. If you want to put something on top of the HUD, you could. It's so it's up to you. All right, so we got the snowballs throwing. Let's have those collide with our enemies. So we're going to say our handy overlaps of projectile with enemy. Wonderful. So when this happens, well, the simple thing we could do is just call hit with snowball on the enemy. But I want to do the turning thing as well. But let's just see how this works. Make sure I'm not like forgetting anything crazy. So if I hit them from this side, then you can see that happens. If I hit them from the correct side, yeah, it's not quite right. So
maybe destroy the snowball.
I will destroy the snowball. I can really get them. I'm also thinking, I think the animation speed needs to be faster, I guess. Or it feels like it slows down when it hits the pitchfork, or maybe the snowball just needs to throw slower. Let's try.
The bunny is throwing it really fast right now. That is a very strong bunny.
Throwing it pretty fast. Let's tone this down. Let's make this like 75, and this like 110. Let's see how that works.
Let's see. We could think of it as the snowball hitting the pitchfork, so it slows down a little bit as it encounters some resistance.
But then wouldn't it be the pitchfork hitting the farmer's face?
The farmer loses the grip on the pitchfork, and the rest of the snowball flies through. It just hits the prongs.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, we can make it work.
Checks out. Let's destroy this projectile, and then let's let's see how we're looking here. Aha. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a, well, from that side for sure, but a little bit of a hiccup. Well, that one looked pretty good. I think, I'm just sort of getting the feel for this. So if you hit them at their feet, it's fine because you're so close you can't really see what's going on. And if you just hit them in the head, that also works. I think it's good. I think it's great. It's very charming looking. All right, so let's do this thing where if we hit them from while they're turned away from us, then we want to turn them around. Yes, let's do that. So how do we do this? So we can check, the turn direction.
Yeah, perfect.
And so we can say if the enemy
So if the enemy is facing left and it's going right, it's good.
Right,
and if they're facing right and it's going left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's, we're going to use an and. We're going to say when the enemy looking right, I'm pretty sure. Looking right, yes. When the enemy is looking right and the velocity of the snowball is going to the left, which is negative. So less than 0 on the number line. So let's grab the velocity in the x direction. Okay, so this is when they're colliding and looking the same way. Otherwise, I think we can just call. I think we can just call start enemy state on the enemy to be turning.
Yes. We also need the facing left. So we need the or for that first section.
I see. So if it's looking,
right,
you're
looking right. I guess we could probably we could be cute with an XOR here.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say a new variable facing each other. And I'm going to say this is going to be true if we're going to use this comparison. So looking right is the same as the velocity being no,
it was just
opposite.
Yeah.
We...
Yeah.
So if they're facing right and it's less than 0, that's good. And if they're facing left and it's
so this will be false, and then this will be false. Yeah.
I guess there's no case in which it has no velocity, so we're good.
Yeah. So, you can take a moment to convince yourself that's right. But basically, yeah. So looking right, going left, if they're both true, then this is true. If they're both false, then this is also true. So they're looking left, going right, would make this false, that false. Therefore, the whole thing true. Therefore, it was snowball. All right, awesome. Nothing like a little bit of Boolean algebra. I still don't know what's going on with this bug, but we'll get there. All right, let's go find a farmer. There we go. So if I hit him from this side, turns around.
I really like that.
You hit him from the correct side. Hey. So if you hit him multiple times,
I guess we probably want a distracted farmer kind, which is also good because then we can handle
like a whole state that is like distracted farmer. I think that makes sense. So let's go to hit with enemy snowball. Let's call. Yeah, let's just make a state that is distracted, I think. Start enemy state distracted. And then let's find our start enemy state function. And let's see what we can do with distracted.
So if we want to make it so it has a different kind, I'm not sure if you want to do it that way or just handle it in another way. If we want to do different kind, it'd be pretty easy because we can just set kind to the enemy at first, and then we can change it to distracted enemy in the distracted branch anywhere in this.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is not use a kind and just use these. The state from here. So I'm going to say, I'm going to do another one that is like this down here. Chasing, not chasing. Yeah, so I think down here will be good as a new branch. We're going to say if distracted, then, so this is starting that state. So, oh,
I forgot we're not using, are we using time?
What's that?
Are we using the time map at all? I don't think we are.
No,
right?
I don't believe we are.
Okay.
We started to, and then we decided not to.
So just turn him into a ghost, I guess, for a second.
Distracted will set the velocity to 0. And now I'm trying to think if this animation should be with the hit with snowball or part of distracted. I
mean, I could see adding other ways to make someone be distracted in the future.
Yeah.
Like hitting somebody with a snowball is one way to distract them. Maybe like having their friend talk to him or something.
Yeah. So I think the other thing distracted will do is reset your state timer to be 3 seconds in the future. So they'll be distracted for 3 seconds. And then the next event, so choosing the event after being distracted. So this is going home. Otherwise, if it's idle, then we'll do one of these. We can go straight into a stopped state, I think. Yeah. So the stop state will start looking for the player again. Distracted. So they'll be both distracted, and then afterwards they're going to go into being immobilized as they sort of like, get their bearings. And maybe while distracted, we could also set we could do some sort of like sprite animation for the duration if we, well, I'll just do that anyway, just so I can kind of track when an enemy is distracted. So let's do something simple. Is there like stars? Halo, maybe?
Halo's a big circle around them, but
okay. Well, we'll see what this looks like. Okay, so they'll be distracted. After they're distracted, they go to stopped. Okay, so now the other thing I want to do is they need to be able to, they should not see you when they are distracted. So this, I think, is the enemy scan code. Call is spotted. Ah, excellent. We have So where's is spotted? I feel like we should make sure is spotted captures all of the logic we need. Oh, I see. So is spotted.
Okay. So it could be that like.
So they can't spot us if their state is distracted.
Yeah.
So if you
need the equals.
I need to do a comparison. If the enemy state is distracted, then return false. You can't spot us when distracted. I'm almost wondering if this chasing check should just move into is spotted. No, I don't know. This is fine. Okay, so when they're distracted, they can't see us. Let's see if this works. So go in here, find a farmer, so we can turn them around. Now they're distracted. Then they chase us. All right. So I think that's exciting. Let's see how the distracted animation kind of looks. Turn them around, distract them. So Halo's kind of interesting. I think it's maybe not quite the effect we want.
We might be able to do the blizzard effect, because it kind of might look like the snow's flying off of them.
Right.
Deep wind. I'm not sure.
Yeah. In general, particle effects can be a great way to convey state, or like some sort of effect. Like often you do something with their eyes. Did you say blizzard?
Yeah.
Okay. It's nice to convey state to your players. Yeah, I think. That's good enough. I can't think of a better one. Okay, excellent. So we can now distract our people, and so we need to pick up carrots. That way, we at least have a way to gain points in this game. So far, it's just a survival game, I suppose. Claps. Claps format. Let's do that in the A button. So on A button pressed, we are going to want to, call pickup. And yeah, pickup. So let's call that. So this is when we are not sneaking. Ooh, does one of you want to do a pickup animation?
Yeah, I can do it.
Excellent.
Out of curiosity, are you going to go for picking up and eating it, or just picking it up and collecting it?
I think the bunny's got to collect them for winter,
Oh, okay. So it's like keeping acorns.
Yeah, exactly. So, Vivian, do you need the carrot visual?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, actually, if you wanted, so I think my carrot doesn't look very good. Would you like to just draw a new carrot?
I like your carrot. So realistic.
Okay, I'll send you the carrot.
Okay.
I kind of like the idea of a variety of carrots too, but that could be a feature.
Ooh, yeah. Joey, you want to make a variety of carrots? So you could do the pickup animation that has no carrot at all, just the bunny, and then just
you completely do like a follow.
What's that?
We could do just like a sprite follow, so it gets absorbed.
Yeah, we could. Yes. Right. So yeah, if the pickup animation is just the bunny, that'd be great. Okay, so for pickup, I think what I will do is check a region around the bunny, and is that what I want to do? Or I could just check for collision with carrot. You have to be like on the carrot. Yeah, let's just do that. That's simpler. Okay, so we're just gonna loop over all sprites of kind food. Let's grab this and pop that into there. So for all food, we are going to check if the food overlaps the player. So there's basically two ways to do collision detection. One is using this on-overlaps block that we've used in a few places. Forget where. Like this one. And this is an event, so this will run code on overlap at any point in time. And this is a sort of manual check, which is like at this moment we want to check, this frame, are we overlapping? Okay, so let's see if we overlap with the food. I'm going to actually call this pickup action to distinguish it from maybe the, actual act of picking up a carrot. Anyway, so if we overlap with the carrot, then what do we do? So I think we can, I like the sprite follow trick. So we're going to, on the food, follow the bunny with a certain speed. That could be like 50. And then I think I'm also going to set a lifespan on the carrot to be half a second. And then I think I'm also going to change the kind. Oh, I can set the kind. Where can I set the kind? Is it just a property? I forget. No, it's not, is it?
I think it's at the bottom in its own category. It's not in that drop down.
Yeah, it's not a kind there. So if I search for kind,
Yes.
aha. Search is very valuable. Yes. So we're going to set the kind to picked up food. Doesn't really matter. And the point will be that we can't pick it up twice. And then what we can do is on destroyed of kind picked up food, we can get 1 point. So what's going to happen is we're going to hit the carrot. The carrot's going to move towards the bunny, and after half a second, it's going to disappear, be destroyed. And when it's destroyed, we get a score. So let's see how that works. Sneak, find us a carrot. Oh boy. Ah, he's distracted. Okay, grab the carrot. All right, let's run. So I think that basically worked. Let's try it again in maybe a more tame circumstance where I'm not worried. Okay. So A doesn't grab anything, and we're up against the carrot. Yeah, I think that worked. I feel like it should have a higher Z index when you pick it up. Okay, let's fix that. I think that's simple thing to do. I'm going to set the Z index of, and this is too much, but whatever, I'm going to do it. I'm going to grab the Z index of the bunny and add 1 to that, so I know that it's above the bunny. It's parameterized. Z depth 2 + 1. All right. So now in general, the bunny is on top of the food, but when we go to pick it up, it will appear on top of. Oh. All right. Let's grab this carrot. Oh shoot. Jerk. Yeah, I think that's nice. What do you guys think?
Yes. The issue we were facing there was just that it's a little hard to get exactly on top of it because we do the pixel perfect detection.
Yeah.
But I like the animation, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I will like it more when there's the full bunny animation.
Let's grab some carrots. Quick. Oh. This is kind of fun. Oh, we got it again. Okay, I need a theory on what's going on here. I think it might be that I'm just hitting this too many times.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make it so that can't happen. So one cool thing is we get points. Just so that if I run out of time, we end up with a game, I'm just going to start a counter, which is you have 120 seconds. So you got 2 minutes to pick up as many carrots as you can. Ta-da! We have a game. Let's say 60. That's a long time. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep working on the gameplay. So let's see, what can we do? Actually, I'm going to save my changes right now. And I'm saving using the GitHub interface, which we don't think we've explained on stream yet. But it's very handy for saving your changes across computers right now if you have a GitHub account.
Yeah.
But
we can show that GitHub pages page later too, which is just a cooler share page basically.
Yeah, we can show that. Okay, what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to fix the changing modes. So on beat button pressed, I think I'm going to manually debounce this. Oh, I could use the timer extension to debounce this.
Yes, that's how we usually do it on
Just
here.
throttle it. Yeah.
Just start a timer and then set a global flag around a button event or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Instead of bringing in a whole new extension, I think what I will do is in switch modes, at the start of switch modes, oh no, let's not do that. Let's set a variable that is switching modes.
You're still going to need to run it in parallel because this will, if you set it at the beginning and then set it again at the end, it'll still run all the code, and it's just enqueuing the event.
Okay.
But this is code you need to write either way.
Yeah. So we'll say switching modes is true, and at the very end, we'll say switching modes is false. And we will say if not switching modes, then we want to run this. But as Joey said, we need one more thing. So let's go to timers and use this handy extension. Oh, network request failed. Interesting. I'll have to look that one up later. Let's go to timers and try that again. Interesting. Well, there's many other ways to do this. The other one being the story extension, which we probably want anyway.
And we have another extension. Yeah, story's fine.
So we're not quite sure why that one didn't load, but we'll don't need that urgently. Where's the story extension? Is it not in the?
It's not approved.
Left. Do you remember what it is?
Story?
Story?
Yeah. I thought it was Nah. Yes.
So this story extension, which will eventually be in that set of extensions right here, but for now you have to search for Rick Knoll Arcade Story. Adds a bunch of handy blocks, especially if you want to do any dialogue in your game. It's very, very good for that. But one thing it has is this Q story part, which will help you sequence certain code and run that. Not in the blocking thread. I don't know how to explain that. Basically, what this means is that instead of this pause stopping all other buttons from doing anything, which might be what you want, it's saying do the pause in this different execution, different set of code running. That's a little confusing, but let's see if this fixes this now. So now we can spam the button and it's not going to do, anything while it's, it's not queuing them up. Okay, 60 seconds is actually pretty fast. Let's make that 120. Okay, great. So we fixed that bug. Let's see what is next. I think we should maybe work on. Oh, do you have the pickup animation by chance?
Yeah, it's only 2 frames, so easy.
Excellent. Pickup action. So let's do that in here. Let's have. We're gonna say set animation on bunny. What speed?
I had 100, so it'd be fast.
Excellent. All right, so let's grab that and paste. Yes. All right, this is great. So we got our little bunny picking up stuff. So the whole thing's gonna be fast. I don't think we need to bother with any sort of pauses or anything like that. Yeah.
You might have to save the image and
Oh,
reset it.
Right. We can do the last frame as just the first frame of.
Or you could.
I guess it's the last frame of this is our good frame. So we could do something with images, but I think just making it the last frame of the animation actually accomplishes the same thing. Oh, I'll need to think about left and right. Shoot. So that works when we're going in this way. That looks great. But if we go this way, then it turns us around. So Vivian is totally right. We should remove that from here. And we need to do a little bit of logic, which is, I guess we do need a pause. So you're going to cue this, and that's fine. Okay, so if we are looking to the right, then we want to set the image of the bunny to this. Otherwise, oh, we can... We'll set it no matter what. If you're not looking right, we'll flip it. I think we have this almost exact logic somewhere else, which makes me think we should have a little function for flipping, or like correcting the bunny's image, but whatever. All right, so I think that works. Let's see what happens. So A to pick up, going this way. Does that seem right to you guys? I think it looks great.
Yeah.
All right, let's go sneak. All right, we got some carrots. And we grab those two. Sneak again. Uh-oh. Oh, geez. So ha! You see
Wow.
that?
What skill?
Ah.
Whoa.
Oh. The heist. It's tough. All right, so I think that works pretty well. I'm thinking about balance. So being able to throw a ton of snowballs actually isn't terribly unbalanced, because you still need to, pop out of the snow, which takes time, grab the carrot, which takes time, go back into the snow, which takes time. So I actually don't think the snowballs are bad necessarily. So let me just play this game a little bit and see how hard it is to get a high score. So if I just sneak around, there's farmer, just ignore them. There's carrot, grab it, go. Grab it, go. Woo. Grab it, go. So finding carrots without farmers round isn't too hard, and that's certainly like the easiest. And if there's a farmer around, you just, get them a little bit and then get out of their way. So this seems a little easy. So it looks like I don't even need to wait for the animation to pick up a carrot. Is that true? Ooh. Oh, they got us. 14. So, the timing's pretty good. Can you guys think of other elements that would sort of add?
Maybe if you had to pick up every carrot, then you have to deal with the farmers. You can't just go looking for easy carrots.
Right. That could work. Although I did grab every carrot that run, and it wasn't hard. So one thing I want to do is I'm going to remove those farmer posts. So, because those were just sort of a debug thing. And yeah, and so at least we'll have like a finished game, if not a balanced game, if I make these hidden. So let's set the visibility of the fence.
I do think even if it's a pretty like simple and easily beatable for now, this is a very good one to add more features to, because there's a very clear way to add another item that can spawn or something like that. So it's okay if it's easy for now, because we can always just, on a random day add another feature in, or somebody else can on the form.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just keep playing it and seeing how the balance feels, and then if we come up with anything in a couple of minutes, we can do it. Otherwise, yeah, as Joey said, this seems like we can easily kind of add to this. Maybe if you like, maybe you could grab something from the farmer from behind.
Mm.
Ooh,
Take
maybe
their pitchfork.
Pick up carrots naturally if they run over them. And then you can maybe steal the carrots from them.
Oh.
That's rough. See, when you just start running in one direction, that's high risk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bunny didn't turn around there. That was weird. The snowdrifts don't really do anything right now. I think I can add a lot of variety to the landscape with just more snowdrifts. So let's actually maybe do that real quick. I think that will look good. And maybe more carrots. If you guys want to create more carrot drawings, that would be pretty cool.
I put some in the chat.
Nice. Oh, we did? Carrots?
Both the animation and the carrots, yes. Well, Vivian put the animation. I put some carrots.
Excellent. Let's do that. So Joey shared a project that had a bunch of awesome stuff in it. So let's grab that.
Awesome might be overselling it a little bit.
I'm sure it'll be great. Let's. Where was my spawn chunk?
Top right.
There we go. Okay, so let's see. How do I want to do this? I think I want to. I'm going to. We can't take in arrays. In functions.
I think it's probably fine to. Well, I guess we don't have the pick random block because I keep on forgetting we have
to
keep release them forever.
Keep thinking about pick random. All right, let's do a new carrot images, and this is going to be an array, and these are going to be images. Just drag that in there for now. And let's go to the gallery and grab these new carrots. Oh, yes. Wow, look at all these carrots. All right. There's carrots.
I got a little distracted because of that bug, because we'll need to talk after. It's not a great bug that you ran into downloading that extension.
Oh. Mm-hmm. The
but
vision?
No, it's authentication error backend.
Oh. Interesting. I will look at that later.
But we definitely need to keep yours, because I was basing these on it being in addition to your carrot, just so you know.
Okay. I like all these winter varieties. I don't even know if they're winter varieties. Sometimes the grocery store has fancy carrots that look like this. All right, let's grab the original carrot, which was from here. Oof, he's got a long journey, this little guy. Kind of like our bunny. Okay. Got a bunch of carrots. Let's grab one. While I'm doing this, would one of you want to make a bunch of different little snowdrifts?
Yeah,
on it. Sweet. They can basically be any size, because Yeah. All right, so let's grab a random carrot. So the image is going to be, we are going to grab get value from the carrot images, and the value is going to be a random value between 0 and the length of the array minus 1. And the array here is the
carrot images.
Carrot images minus 1. Grab this whole thing in there. Okay, so if you haven't seen this before, this is how you get a random value out of a array.
For the next month or so.
Yeah, we're hopefully gonna very soon release a block that lets you do all this in one block in a much less confusing and foolproof way. Great, so now we should have random carrots in theory. Let's see. Whoa, that's a big carrot. I like it. Nice. Yeah, look at all these carrots. This is great. All right, I love the carrots. Okay, we have carrots. Let me know when you're done with the snowdrift, and I'll add those in.
Yeah.
Although we're just about out of time.
I'll start throwing them in chat.
Sweet. I'm going to start the process here. So snow images and snow images. Grab random snow image, and then we're going to go back to the start. Make a new array. Carrot images. We want to say snow images. Where did I put that? Snow images. Minus. Well, I guess actually we do need blank images in there. Whatever. All right, let's start grabbing those. So. This one? Oh, these are going to be.
I think it said 26 by 16 for this one.
26 by 16.
Ooh.
It's exciting to have variety. Oops.
Let's see. Variety goes really well with procedural games like these anyway.
Yes, you want lots of variety so it doesn't appear too samey.
Yeah, I was just doing 16 by 16 at first, and I'm like, well, that'll just look weird, you know? Just have some fat ones.
All right, let's see. What's the next one? Is another 16 by 16. Oh, I did the order of operations wrong here. I want to make sure that. Oops. Oh, I think that is correct. Oops. Yes. Okay. Getting myself confused. Okay, so we got that one. Another 26 by 16. Excellent. So this one. All right. Now we got a bunch of snow images. Let's see if those show up kind of the way we expect them to. Let's hide so we don't get got by a farmer. There's one, there's another, there's another. Yeah. There's carrots around. You know, I think we could actually have snow banks be just much more common because they don't do anything.
And they're not, usually snow's not completely flat.
Right.
Especially in the rugged terrain where the farmers live.
Wait, did I make farmers more common? No, I don't think so. Look at all the snowdrifts.
That's the really hard part about making any game with randomness in it, because no matter what, when you're playing it, you're like, this is fundamentally broken, and I have somehow broken the math random that exists and is used all over the internet because I am getting way too lucky on this one thing.
Yes, it's very confusing.
It's impossible to convince yourself that math random is not broken.
So I'm going to do one thing, which is I'm going to move the snowdrifts around so that their exposition is somewhere within the chunk, and it doesn't have to be right in the middle, because we have chunk width somewhere. Chunk width. Okay, so now instead of always being kind of on the left, they're somewhere around the chunk. Honestly, we can do the same thing for the farmer. It doesn't need to be. Oh, actually, I think the farmer will be biased towards the end of the chunk.
The farmer or the carrot? You're doing the carrot right now.
Oops, we're doing the carrot.
the
Carrot should
carrot
be
can
right
the same.
placed, I think. Two, maybe.
Mhm.
The farmer. Yeah, the farmer's fine. All right, so I think we'll stop there for now. I'm pretty happy with how this game looks. I think there is, a lot of room for change, and I think we accomplished our main goals, which is you can sneak around, grab carrots, and hide away.
Mhm.
And we got these farmers involved.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out. You gotta check left and right very carefully, All right, everyone. Thanks for watching another version of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced live stream. I'm Daryl at Darzoo on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at JWonderl on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum.
Thanks.